Hey friends, Pastor Bill Walden here with Build Up the Church, January 17th, 2024. Got some thoughts for you out of Matthew chapter 12. Jesus is speaking to a large crowd, and it says, while he was still talking to the multitudes, his mother and brothers stood outside seeking to speak with him. Then one said to him, "Look, your mother and your brothers are standing outside seeking to speak with you." But he answered and said to the one who told him, "Who is my brother? Who is my mother, and who are my brothers?" And he stretched out his hand towards his disciples and said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother." Jesus here was not disregarding his biological mother and his half-brothers. No mention of Joseph. Presumably his stepfather Joseph was off the scene by this time. But Jesus is simply saying there's something that's a lot more binding and a lot more connected between human beings than simply being blood relatives. I know that sounds like a terrible thing to say to a lot of people, and I sympathize with the sentiment about the importance of family. Our adult children and grandchildren all live close to us, and we are thrilled, and we thank God regularly that we have that blessing that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people in my age group, their adult children live other places, and we regularly recognize the great blessing of being with family, blood relatives. But Jesus said there's something even more precious than that. There's a deeper connection that can be had than just simply having the same blood lineage. And it's having the same spiritual lineage, the same spiritual connection. And Jesus said, yeah, I know my mom and my brothers are there, but let me tell you something. Whoever does the will of God, these are my mothers. He probably would say in a paternal kind of way, my fathers, my brothers, my sisters. These are my relatives. These are the ones I'm most bound to. And once again, I know that this might sound divisive or even, disrespectful to those who place such a high value on blood family, and I do too. And yet, I would agree with Jesus on this, that there is a connection that is deeper than blood. And it's having life flowing out of the same God into me, into you, into others. I have been amazed in my life as a Christian to experience such deep connectivity on a spiritual level with people that I just meet and only know them for a few minutes, and then there's a bond, and it goes beyond just human kind of personality, and we would call it chemistry. It goes beyond that. There's a connection in the realm of the spiritual, in the realm of the Holy Spirit. Jesus said the person that surrenders to him, that gives their life to him, that the Spirit of God comes and dwells in them. If the Spirit of God dwells in me and the Spirit of God dwells in you, it's deeper than human connection. And I feel like I just kind of have to keep apologizing to those who would find that offensive or who would disagree with it. I totally understand, and I love family, but I love spiritual family even more. In this way, that there's a connection there unlike anything else. And maybe let me backtrack. It's not that I love spiritual family more, it's just that there's a connection there unlike simply a blood connection. So there you have it. Jesus has defined it. There's a spiritual, call it organic, call it heavenly connection that exists amongst Christians. Doesn't mean we always get along very well, doesn't mean we always treat each other as well as we should, but there is a foundation there that's unlike anything else. So my deep prayer would be that everybody would share that same connection, that I could know you that way, that you could know me that way. So until next time, thanks for watching, appreciate it, God bless you, bye bye.